Hello everyone. Hopefully everybody can join me tonight. I am so sorry about last week. Like I said, technology was not being my friend. Basically, I could have stayed on all night, but you would have been watching me by tilting your head sideways the whole time. It was not good. So I'm just kind of getting everything, make sure everything is working tonight. I just wanted to start a little early, and at least the camera's the right way this time. So okay, just kind of getting. Now remember, when you join, comment and please share. So I know I'm a little bit early, but tonight we are using a set that is out of the mini catalog, and I actually have the information all right here. So it's the Lifetime of Love bundle, and it is on page 15 of your mini catalog. Now, and I'm sorry again about last week not being on. This is the last week of celebration. So what that means is for every $50 or $100 order, you can pick free celebration things. And that is from this catalog here. So a lot of really cute stamp sets, papers, there's even a die in here. But if you already have pretty much everything you want in this catalog, we now have this little flyer of more to celebrate. And these items are out of the annual catalog or the mini catalogs. The new core markers. If you didn't get those before, this is awesome deal. You can get it for a $100 order, free. So that is, the new colors that come out. Say you don't have the stamp pads, get the markers, because it'll kind of get you ahead until you can get the markers or get the stamp pads. So papers. This one is actually out of the mini catalog, so kind of neat. Some dies, punches. So, but don't forget about these. Now, right now, the botanical layers, I know when I went in to do an order yesterday, that one was out. Not sure when it's going to come back. I didn't see a date for it to when to come back, but if that is something you want, you can put the number in, try it, and see. I'm not sure if it's back yet, so anyway, that is celebration. And then remember too that if you are thinking about joining Stampin' Up! During celebration, is the best time to do it. You can get, with your order for your kit, you can get $30 free, or you can get this really nice glass mat. It is amazing. Let's see here. So right here it is. And it is awesome. I love using this. Sometimes we have to use our paper piercing mat to stamp when we use our photopolymer ones. I've actually been able to stamp them with that. And so I don't have to use my paper piercing mat. So, but anyway, tonight I am using the Forever Love bundle, and that is on page 15 is the suite that has the papers, and we are going to use, there will be some papers in the card tonight, and this ribbon. Now, we are not using this ribbon tonight. There's another one that we are going to be using, and these gems. But on page 16, you can get the bundle. Here is the item number, and like I said, here is the stamp set, and I put my dies in a clear case and put a magnet sheet on the back, and I actually draw around it so I know which one. But I made this little template here. So here are all of the stamps. Now, a lot of the stamps, or I should say not a lot of them, but some of them do go with the dies, so you can cut them out. And you're going to see where there's one of them today. Now, to do the cards that I am doing tonight, you do need the bundle. Anything that needs the bundle that is cut out will not be cut out. You will need the bundle to do that. So, but then here are all of the dies that are in that die set. So a lot of really, we're going to use this. We're using this one tonight. Oh, I'm using a lot of them. So, but anybody has any questions, be sure. Hi, Kathy. Yeah. Last week seemed really weird for me. It was like I was all ready to go. Was getting everything all set up. And you know how it goes, and it's like, okay. And I actually was a little early last week. I'm like, well, just get on here, make sure everything is good. And when I went to try to work my camera, I just actually got it fixed yesterday. So that is how long this has not been, and it has happened to me before. And I just shut everything down, logged out of my phone, and went right back in, and it worked. Well, that wasn't the case last week because I tried it. So, okay, so this is just our basic white. I just folded that in half. And then the white cardstock, and I am going to use my Memento Black. Going to take the stamp set Congratulations on Your Wedding Day. Just ink that up really good. And stamp that right in the middle. Okay. And I'm just going to set that aside. So now for the next piece, you will actually, these are the two stamps that I am using. And I stamped them in Versamark, and I embossed them with white. So you might be able to see, I don't know if you can see that very well. So let me just grab my mat here. I just don't want it to bleed through. And I'm using my Stampin' Blends. And they are a little bit harder to see, but once you kind of get started. So it's really hard to see with my lights here. And remember that if you color over your embossing, it will not take on the color. So don't worry about that. Now when you're doing it at home, you're going to have a lot easier time to see it than I am, just because, like I said, with my lights in here and not being able to see directly. Hopefully we got it pretty good. So then just go to this leaf. I love the blends. They are, I love that there's 2 colors. So of each color group that you get, there is a light and a dark. Now remember, they're alcohol based, so you always want to make sure that snaps on nice and hard. And so like I said, if you get, like, I'm using Flirty Flamingo right now. So there's going to be a light and a dark. And it's really neat for layering, shadowing. And a lot of times I'll just go back and forth or in a circle. So like right there, it's really kind of colored in, and there's just a few spots that will let color go through. Whenever there's a new Stampin' Blends out, I always get them because I just, just really like using them. I do like the Stampin' Right markers too. The one thing about the Stampin' Right markers, they are true to color. They're just one color, true color. So where these are a little bit different, you have your light and your dark. Okay, so we've got that one. Now this one's going to take me just a little bit longer. Once I kind of figure out where I am here on the sides. So is everybody, okay, was this stamp set or this bundle, was this something, well, for instance, Velma will sometimes say to me, I was thinking about that set. And so I always think it's so funny when I use a set and she says that, which makes me feel good that we're kind of on the same wavelength, thinking about bundles. And with the white, it is a little bit harder to see, a little bit harder for me because I've got my lights here. But once you kind of get going, you can just go over it pretty fast. And so what is some of your favorite, bundles in this catalog? I will kind of try to watch my comments here. And hi, Mary Ellen from Windy, Montana. Hi, Heather. Hi, Crystal. Montana, I don't know if it's cold there right now. It's such goofy weather this year. We are going to be in the 60s tomorrow, which is not common for Wisconsin. And then it's supposed to snow on Tuesday. So, you know, and any time that you, for instance, if you were to emboss this in black, I'll just tell you a little tip. If you were to emboss this in black, and say that you did it on a color, say you did it on a light blue or something like that in black, and then if you took your blend or your blending brushes and you filled them full of I'm trying to concentrate, see if I'm in my line here. Fill them full of bleach. If you went over your black with the bleach, it would not pick up that color. It would not change the black at all, which is really kind of cool. Hopefully my hair is not in front of it here. So it is kind of neat by using your embossing powder. Now, one thing I will mention to you, there's the basic embossing powders right now, and those are sold out at the moment. So I don't know if they're coming back. Right now they're out. So I'm actually going to go back to my, just put a little bit of color there. Now I grabbed the light, the Flirty Flamingo. The dark actually would have looked really nice too. I just love the leaves. Look at how it leaves all those little veins there. It doesn't color them in. And it isn't like you have to be real careful going over them. This is a pretty basic card. It's got this coloring. But like I said, if you were at home doing it, it would be so much easier. I just have trouble because of my lights. So, okay, so we've used those two blends. I've got those two there. Just going to take that out of the way. Going to take our white and just put our adhesive on the back of that. And this is Flirty Flamingo. Okay, then just going to put adhesive on that. We're going to put that to our card base. Make sure it's opening the right way. So now I'm going to take my dimensionals. I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on the back. So now remember that, okay, I'm going to take them on the next one too. If you have a $35 order, you are going to get the card supplies to make 2 of each of these. So you're going to get a total of 6 cards. Our gold ribbon, I'm just going to tie a bow in that. And if you have a $50 order, you're going to get a whole roll of this ribbon this week. Now remember, your orders have to be in by Friday, which, get this, is March 1st, where it has February gone. But you want to go to my www.lisasnamps.com and use this host code. This host code will show me that you want this kit. If you don't use the host code, I won't know that you were wanting to get this kit. And like I said, you have until Friday at midnight to place that order. Okay, so, you know, and I was going to show you something too. Okay, so for this ribbon, I'm just going to put that ribbon there. But because you're getting a whole roll of ribbon, you know, you could wrap the ribbon around the back and then tie a bow right here. So now these pieces, I have dimensionals, or dimensionals on the back of them. I'm just going to take and put those on my card. I could put them like that. I think I'm going to put that one on the bottom. Well, like I said, you're going to have that whole roll of ribbon. So if you decide that I just don't want a little bow, I want to wrap a bow around the bottom, that would look really, really nice. So I'm going to take them like that. So I'm just going to put that there. And if you place an order, you also will get, I have a tutorial for February that has 10 cards. I had to think, I'm like 10 or 11, because it changes, it seems like, every month. And you will get that just for placing an order in February. Now I am going to be having a new one come out in March. So there'll be a whole nother tutorial coming out. Okay, so here is our first card. Just kind of simple. The only thing, I mean, just coloring took a little bit. So your brother and nephew in Yellowstone snowmobiling, they would enjoy some snow. Yeah, it's so, Mary Ellen, it sounds like you're going to get some too. Oh, I normally, my husband loves a snowmobile. I used to. I didn't use my snowmobile enough, so we sold it. But I just am loving not having the cold this year. Okay, so for this one, okay, so when you cut these out, you are going to have, you'll have like the 2 pieces. So I'm going to use this part, so I don't need that, and I don't need that, but I'll need this. And this is kind of like a puzzle. You just basically, well, I've got to get it the right way here. While I'm sitting here on screen, I'll be having a hard time. Nope, that's not it. Let's turn it this way. That's the way it goes. Okay. So first of all, I'm just going to take that there, and I'm going to grab my Early Espresso, and going to do Wishing You a Lifetime of Love and Happiness. And I'm just going to stamp that right there. And so then when I put that on again, I'll have to kind of piece that. And let's get rid of that. So now for this Very Vanilla here, I am using, this is a new stamp set that is in the mini catalog, Botanical Beauty. That is a really fun set. Let me grab a piece of scratch paper. Okay, so we're just going to take the crumb cake. Now, if you had the brayer, this would be really an awesome way to ink this up too. Okay, we're just getting that. Gonna just drop our Very Vanilla right on top of there. Now, this is a great way to do your background stamps. You're going to get, there's no voids when you do it the other way. When you put your paper down on the table, there's no voids. Plus you get direct contact by going over it like this. I had one customer, she hated background stamps. She's like, no, I'm not getting in them. We happened to use one at a class, and I showed her how I did them here, and she loved them. She's like, okay, isn't that pretty? So then we're also using, isn't this the glittery? That is pretty. And we're going to layer that on to Going Gray. So, and this is, I mean Basic Gray. I'm sorry, that was Basic Gray. Okay, so it's a little bit smaller there. Just going to put that there. Now also, if you wanted to make this, if you wanted the ink in the background to be a little bit darker, and then you put like a sheet of vellum over that, that would really soften that. Would give it kind of a mute look, but the vellum would give it kind of a flashy look too, having that on there. Vellum is always kind of elegant, I think. Okay, so we're just layering that on there. Like I said, this is Very Vanilla. Just going to take and fold that in half, using my bone folder to get a nice crisp crease. So like I said, remember to comment and share. So when you comment and share, then you will get into a drawing, and next week, well, I shouldn't say next week, I'll just do it this week. I will give away the 3 cards that I made. So if you place an order, you're going to get the supplies so you can make 6 cards. But if you comment or share, I will pick a winner, and somebody will get to get those free. Okay. So I'm going to take this first of all and just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this. I should, okay. So we're just going to put that right there in the center. And just making sure I didn't turn that and goof that up. Okay. So we're just going to flip that. I'm using my multi-purpose glue. Just going to put a little bit, oops, I say a little bit, and that would really come out. By having it always tips up side down, it just is ready to come out. At my class the other night, trying to think if anybody would be on here that was at class. Jen, which her husband made those for me, she come in. She had a whole handful of them the other night. John is so good. Okay, so basically just kind of put your glue does dry clear. So now you are going to have the opposite pieces of these two. So if you decided that you wanted to stamp there and have the leaves brown out there, you could do that, or you just have another one to do. So, and then we have our ribbon again, and we're just going to tie a knot, a bow. This is such an elegant suite. It's just so pretty. And I will be sharing some more cards on my site, so be sure and check my site this week. So I'll show you some other cards that I've made with this suite, so you can get some other ideas of what you could do with it. Okay. Isn't that pretty with that shiny? So now remember, when we get done, I'm going to ask you what card you like best. So, oh, Judy, thank you for sharing. Yes, it is an elegant set. Okay, so for our last card, and this one's kind of a fancy fold. Okay, so we have all of our pieces there. So here's where the designer paper, you're going to get 2 strips of that. You're going to get 2 strips of Very Vanilla, and it's got a texture on it. And there are 4 black, and they are all the same size. So first of all, let's start putting some of this on here. So we're just going to I must have had that the same size. Yep. Thought I had it just a little bit smaller in the end, but I must not have. Okay. Then these 2 will fit on there, and they're just a little bit. Just have it even all the way around. This paper is so pretty because it's got all of like your golds in there, and the can't think what you want to call it. The ribbon that is in that one actually has like a little bit of gold in it too, so it's actually pretty elegant. Okay. So we've got those 4 pieces done. And we're going to take this. Now this piece is actually going to fit on there. So we're going to use the Wishing You a Lifetime of Love and Happiness. And it's pretty easy to not have to line it up, but if you wanted to put that on there and then just stamp it, then you know that you've got it centered. Okay, we'll get some of that out of the way. You are going to have the gold foil, so you'll cut that out. Then you'll also have some gold foil to cut these little pieces out. Let's take this. I'm just getting some of the pieces out of the way before we go to our card base to show you what we're going to do there. And that's actually kind of fun. That's going to be, okay, so we've got that. So now You know what I am going to do before because I'm going to let this dry a little bit. So I'm going to take this. Now, when I put this on, I'm going to have it lay there, so it's going to be hanging over. So right here along the side, I'm not going to put a lot of adhesive because that is actually going to be off the paper. And as you can see, I always on my silicone mat, because I don't have to worry if I get glue on it. It's not gonna stick on there. I can rub it right off. And I'm just putting a little bit here and there. Okay. So then we're going to just take this and put down. And now I'm just going to let this sit for just a little bit to dry. So now we're going to come to our cardstock here. So how you can look at this, so this is a valley fold. The next one is going to be a mountain. These will be scored for you when you get your kit. Now it's got another one. That one is going to be a mountain. And then the last one is going to be a valley. So we look at it, valley, mountain, mountain, valley fold. So when you kind of close it, it's like that. So first of all, we're going to take our ones with our designer paper on. And those are going to be the ones that closed in the front. Okay. Now anybody that knows that has seen me do cards, I love fun folds. Fun folds are just amazing. Okay, I'm just checking my screen to see if anybody had any questions. Okay, so we're like that. Okay, then this one we're going to come in here. Oh, must be getting to the end of my adhesive. So this one we're going to come and open this so it's in the inside. Kind of do it so it's even there. So we're taking this other one that has the Berry Vanilla on it. And that is going to be in the inside too. Now this piece right here, just going to take and put some adhesive on that. And that is going to be in the back of my card. So that is where a place where you could sign it. Okay, so we're like that. So now you are going to want to get dimensionals. So we have our piece. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Let's go back. I want to add one more thing here. So these little things, your little leaves. I'm just so excited to show you the next stage. I just almost forgot my leaves. Just putting a little bit of glue on them. And I'm just going to put that right there. Yeah, I like the next stage is fun. It's always kind of like, oh wow. Because a lot of people don't really know what to expect. This is the fun one. We aren't going to be having well, this week kind of got changed. I was going to do a wild card because because I like to do wild cards. So I got that there. Okay. So we will be doing wild cards. Okay, so we've got that like that. So we're going to come here, and if you looked and seen like, okay, that is in the middle, kind of where that is, I am going to grab dimensionals, and I'm going to put like 3 of them there. Just want to make sure that they don't go down too far. And just take your pick tool and get those off. So when you hold that down, just kind of hold that down with your fingers there, and kind of hold that so you line that up. And when you get it lined up where you want it, just push it down. So then your card will open like that. So these kind of tuck back in there like that, but also your card will stand like that. So if anybody wanted to see that, and then you sign it in the back. See, they just kind of bring down and fold. Isn't that cool? Oh, Judy, you're in Pennsylvania? Yes, I know. Fun folds are amazing. So now, like I said, this is the Lifetime of Love bundle that I'm using today. So now it's time to vote. 1, 2, or card 3. So just in the comments section, put 1, 2, or 3. And so remember, I'm just going to kind of recap over some. Oh, you know what? I was going to do this too, because we have a whole spool of ribbon. Let's put a ribbon on this too. So recap, remember, if you have a $35 order, you are going to get the supplies to make 2 of each of these. Now remember, you are going to need the bundle, because none of these things that are cut out with the dies or anything like that, you will have to have the bundle to do that. If you have a $50 order, you are going to get a full roll of this gold ribbon. So like I said, I'm just doing some little bows. You're going to have a whole thing of ribbon, so you are going to do, you could wrap it around. Like this card would be really pretty if you would have put this up here and then wrap a big old bow around the bottom. I was going to show you that before I put it together, and then I kind of got busy and I forgot. Let's just snip this off a little bit more. So, and you have until Friday, March 1st, to place those orders. Hi, Velma. All the cards are so pretty. Oh, Velma, you're just sweet. Patty, 3, 2, and 1. And then Kathy was 3, 1, and 2. Come on, let's see what some other people. Which card do you like best? Or how is your vote for it? So remember too that if you place an order, you're going to get the tutorial. So the tutorial, you're wondering, how do you make this? What are the measurements of this? All that will be in the tutorial. You do need to place an order to get all of the measurements for those, because I won't post those anyplace, but they'll be in the tutorial that you will get on next Tuesday. So you place your orders by Friday. On Tuesday, your packet of all this will go out in the mail on Tuesday, and your tutorial will be emailed to you. Then remember that if you have a $50 order, you're going to get to pick something out for celebration. Then I'm going to send you that tutorial that is going to have those amazing cards. So, and that is my February tutorial. I will also be having a March tutorial too. The March will have 10 cards and have 1 3D item in there. So some really fun things coming up in March too. Seems like everybody likes 3. 3 is pretty cool. I like that one. That is, but I love this one. How shiny this one is. That just makes it really So, but remember, it's a Lifetime of Love bundle. It's on page 15. There is the item number and there is the price. Like I said, with the buying this bundle, you're going to get Celebration. Celebration ends on Thursday. Do not let that go by. If there was something that you wanted to get before that ended, remember that if you join, you can get the $30 free, or you can get that nice glass mat. So a lot of fun things coming up in March too. So, but I am so glad that everybody joined me. My camera, my technology finally worked. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. But like I said, if you're going to place the order, go to Lisa Stamps and then use this host code. This host code will get you this card kit. So you will be able to make 2 of each of these. It was kind of weird because I do this, like all my kits always go out on Tuesday. So this week was kind of, well, this week happened to be my card club that where I was doing. So, but I was kind of different not having it there. So, but, well, thank you everybody for joining me. And if you have any questions, let me know. But like I said, be sure and get your orders in by Friday, March 1st at midnight. But thanks, and everybody have a great night. Bye-bye.